Hey friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of these things sound like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Now, I participate in collabs all the time, but it's been a long while since I've hosted one myself. So this is actually my collab. Hi, welcome. And the theme is CROCKTOBER. So basically the brief is create any recipe you'd like, but it has to be made in a crock pot or a slow cooker. It just feels like the perfect time of year. I know crock pots are popular during the summer because you can make a nice hearty meal without having to heat up your whole house with the stove or the oven. But when I think a slow cooked hearty meal, I think autumn. Plus the name CROCKTOBER is just really cute, right? So it could be multiple recipes if you wish, it could be just one, it could be a main dish, it could be a dessert, whatever strikes your fancy, whatever inspires you. The only requirement, I guess, is that it's meant to be made in a crock pot. I said much earlier in the year that one of the things I wanted to do this year was dive more into my Cuban culture and share more Cuban recipes with you guys on the channel. So I am sharing the recipe for Ropa Vieja, and this is a recipe that I make all the time. The whole family loves it, and it's super easy to make. It's a typical Cuban dish made with beef, with tomatoes, peppers, onions. Really tasty. So with all that being said, let me show you how I make this family favorite in the crock pot. As always, friends, we're starting with our ingredients. You're gonna need 1.5 to 2 pounds of flank steak, half a green pepper, and half a large onion, both cut in strips. I like to use the whole thing for both counts. 2 cloves of garlic smashed. I never measure garlic, I measure with my heart when it comes to that. Salt, pepper, and cumin to taste. Half a cup of red wine. 2 cups of beef broth, although you can substitute more beef broth in place of the red wine if you'd rather go non-alcoholic completely. 1 small can of tomato sauce, 1 small can of tomato paste, and oregano, salt, and pepper to taste at the end. So I'm starting out cutting my green bell pepper and my onion into strips. Please, for the love of all things holy, do not look to me for knife skills. I am terrible at this. I say it every single time. If I can buy the things pre-sliced, pre-diced, etc., I will, because I'm awful at cutting vegetables, and moreover, I really don't like doing it. But I could not find sliced veggies, and so here we are. So slice your veggies in long strips, however you're able, whether you buy them store-bought that way or not, and go ahead and put them into your crock pot, slow cooker, or even instant pot, along with your flank steak, which is already in there. Now that you've added in your meat and your veggies, you also want to throw in your garlic, salt, pepper, cumin. I'd say start with half a teaspoon each, but honestly, I never measure. This is really based on your own personal preferences and tastes. You also want to throw in your half cup of red wine in at this point. If you're pressure cooking, you might need more liquid, maybe an extra cup of water, but we are slow cooking this on low for 6 to 8 hours. If you were pressure cooking it though, I'd say an hour would be more than sufficient. So it's several hours later, and now that our meat is tender and our veggies are cooked down, we're going to create the sauce that they're going to finish simmering in. So this is where that small can of tomato sauce, small can of tomato paste, beef broth, oregano, salt, and pepper come into play. You're going to take a large skillet, preferably one with some like sides to it, you know, something a little deep, and you're going to saute your onions and peppers that you've pulled out of the crock pot in some olive oil that's been heated at medium-high heat. Then you're going to add in your cans of tomatoes, both the tomato sauce and the tomato paste, and your beef broth. Bring everything to a simmer. In the meantime, you could take the meat out of the slow cooker as well and start shredding it up. It should shred up super easily with a couple of forks. Once you have it all in little like threads, that meat is going to go into your tomatoey sauce. Bring everything up to a simmer and let it cook for about 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. This is going to create a super rich, beefy sauce to go along with your meat while also flavoring the meat more intensely. So the slow cooker is meant to tenderize the meat, but this is really where all the flavor comes in. This is also where you want to add in some oregano. Again, all of these seasonings are to taste, so try out a little bit at first. And if you need to, go ahead and adjust and add more. You also want to adjust your salt and pepper at this stage because whatever it tastes like now is what it's going to taste like on the plate. Oh, but you thought we were finished. No, no, no. I like to add in this little last step at the end, completely optional, but I consider it my secret ingredient. I don't even tell my husband I put this in the sauce because he doesn't care for vinegar, but a splash of red wine vinegar just at the end before serving adds a brightness to the sauce. It just really balances everything out and makes it superb. Delicious. Mwah, 10 out of 10. Alright friends, so there's my recipe, and as you can see, it's pretty hands-off until the end, but it comes together super easily. It's really delicious, especially the next day, assuming it actually makes it that long. So I would love it if you'd try this recipe for yourself. I'm going to type it all out in the description box because, like I said, it's my recipe, so there's not really like a link or a cookbook I could refer you to. But if you try it, I would love for you to come back and let me know how you like it. And remember, make sure to check out that playlist. I would love for you to see what all of my friends made for their CROCKTOBER videos as well. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!